Good afternoon. The time is now 4:30. I would like to call the regular meeting of December 17th, 2024 meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 3 on our agenda, public comment on agenda items other than development or rezoning applications. Is there anyone here to speak? You have 5 minutes. Okay. Seeing none, I will move now to the approval of the minutes. We actually have minutes from 3 different meetings. We have a November 26, 2024 regular meeting, but we did have 2 emergency meetings during the snowstorm. November 29th, 2024 and December 5th, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from these 3 meetings?
So moved. I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Ouellette and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Mr. Ouellette, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next up, we have the approval of the bills.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills. And I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Ouellette and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Okay, then I will call for the vote. Mr. Ouellette, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Number 6 on our agenda is the adoption of the 2025 final budget. To speak on this, we have Ms. Page.
We had presented the preliminary budget in the last meeting. There were no significant changes to what had been reviewed and had been presented at that point in time. Just a couple slight little changes. There was $17,000 of expenditures for postage added to the general fund and about $3,400 in capital expenditures added to the sewer revenue fund, but those are very, very slight changes to the overall budget.
Great. Thank you very much. Is there any other comments that would like to be made? Okay. Then I will go ahead and ask for a motion to approve the 2025 final budget.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Okay, a motion was made by Mr. Ouellette and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Okay, then I will call for the vote. Mr. Ouellette, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. We now have Resolution 2024 R-45, which is a resolution of Mill Creek Township, Erie County, Pennsylvania, fixing the Mill Creek Township tax rate for the year of 2025. And to speak on this is Attorney Shaw. Is that correct? Oh, sorry.
Do I read the whole thing?
Ms. Page.
Okay.
I apologize.
Whereas the second-class township code requires that the Board of Supervisors adopt after notice an annual budget and establish tax rates for the next following year, and whereas the Board of Supervisors has approved the proposed budget for 2025 and caused the same to be available for public inspection, whereas the Board of Supervisors finds it necessary to establish rates of Mill Creek Township tax for the year 2025 in order to properly fund the 2025 annual budget. It is hereby resolved by the Board of Supervisors of the Township of Mill Creek, Erie County, Pennsylvania as follows. A tax is and shall hereby be levied on all real property situated within the Township of Mill Creek, subject to real property taxation for the fiscal year 2025 as follows. The tax rate for general township purposes, the sum of tax on each dollar of assessed valuation, and the sum of each $100 of assessed valuation is set at 3.3977 mils, which is 0.33977 cents of every $100. The tax rate for maintaining a revolving fund created for use in making capital improvements before the collection of all or part of the cost from property owners, the sum of tax of each dollar of assessed valuation, and the sum on each $100 of assessed valuation is set at 0.4060 mils, which is 0.0406 cents for every $100, and the tax rate for maintaining a paid fire department within the township, the sum of tax each dollar of assessed valuation, and the sum of each $100 of assessed valuation is set at .8000 mils, which is 8 cents for every $100. The tax is established in Section 1 is summarized in tabular form as follows. The total rate for general township purposes is 3.3977 mils. The total rate for capital improvements is .4060 mils, and the tax rate for the fire tax is .800 mils. Any resolution which in whole or in part conflicts with this resolution is hereby repealed insofar as the same conflicts with this resolution. Adopted this day, 17th day of December 2024.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Page. Any questions for Ms. Page?
I just have a couple of comments. I just want to make sure for the audience, they understand that the general township rate, or total rate, and the capital improvement rate are the same as last year.
Correct.
Those are holding steady, and the fire tax is doubling. Correct?
Correct.
And on number 2 there, it says cents for each 100 is .04 for the fire tax. Should that be .08?
Yes, that's a typo, yes.
Okay. That's what I wanted to verify. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? I did not see that either, so thank you. So do I need to call for a vote to amend it to .08? Okay. But, well, I could just say as amended.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution 2024 R45 with the amendment to the fire tax rate of .08 cents?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second. Any discussion? Okay, then I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
No.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Okay, number 8 on our agenda, Resolution 2024 R46 is a resolution of the Township of Mill Creek, Erie County, Pennsylvania, adopting a quarterly sewer rental fee for the Mill Creek Township sanitary sewer system for the year of 2025. To speak on this is Ms. Page.
A resolution of the Township of Mill Creek, Erie County, Pennsylvania, adopting quarterly sewer rental fees for the Mill Creek Township sanitary sewer system for the year 2025. Whereas Mill Creek Township provides sanitary sewer services to customers in Mill Creek Township and to select customers in McCain Township pursuant to a sewer border agreement. Whereas pursuant to 53 PS 67511A, the township is permitted to charge a monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual rental charge to all persons whose property is connected to the township sanitary sewer system. And whereas 53 PS 67511A requires the township to pass a resolution adopting the amount of the rental fee for properties connected to the township's sanitary sewer system. It is hereby resolved by the Board of Supervisors of Mill Creek Township, Erie County, Pennsylvania as follows. Section 1. The caption of and recitals to this resolution as set forth above are incorporated herein by reference. Section 2. Sewer rates. The sewer rental fee effective January 1, 2025 for customers whose property is connected to the Mill Creek Township sanitary sewer system is $86.50 per quarter. If any section, subsection, sentence, clause, phrase, or portion of this resolution or its application to any person or persons or circumstances is for any reason held to be invalid or unconstitutional by any court, such holdings shall not be construed to affect the validity of any of the remaining provisions of the resolution. It is hereby declared the legislative intent that this resolution would have been adopted had such invalid or unconstitutional provisions or its application had not been included wherein. Any other resolution or parts thereof inconsistent with this resolution shall be and are hereby expressly repealed. The effective date of this resolution is January 1, 2025.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions for Ms. Page? I'll ask a similar question to Mr. Bach. So there is no increase on the sewer rate for this for 2025, is that correct?
2025 is the same as 2024.
Okay, great, just for clarification. Okay, thank you very much. Then I will ask for a motion to approve Resolution 2024 R46.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Before we move on, I do want to commend Ms. Page, our treasurer, for the fantastic work that you have done this past year. So thank you very much. For the first time in 8 years, we are passing a balanced budget, and I think that that's very important. That we have included our capital expenses in with our tax revenue. So thank you very much for all of the work you did with our directors as well. We are all so appreciative.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to number 9, Resolution 2024 R47, a resolution pursuant to Resolution 2015 R20 and the Municipal Records Manual to approve the proposed disposition of certain township records. And to speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, before you is a resolution to approve the disposal of certain municipal records maintained by the police department that are reaching the end of their retention period under the Municipal Records Manual. The records to be disposed include NVR BWC footage, that includes test recordings for the period 10/12/24 through 10/31/24, traffic stops from 9/11/24 through 9/30/24, incident only and special circumstances videos 12/11/22 through 12/30/22, and case report, arrest report, and SRR unknown types for the period of 12/11/2004 through 12/30/2004. My recommendation would be to approve the disposal of these records.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Attorney Shaw? Okay, then I will ask for a motion to approve the disposition of records.
So
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Number 10 on the agenda is the 2024 R48 resolution to approve the annual budget of the Erie Area Council of Governments, or COG as we normally call it, for the calendar year ending December 31st, 2025. Now, as a member of the COG, Mill Creek Township works with other municipalities in all of Erie County. This does not bind us to anything. It just is a resolution in support of the budget that they have created, and so just so that everyone knows that this is not an ordinance that binds us to any particular amount, but it does support the COG and its efforts. The benefits that we have from the COG, or the Council of Governments, is that we can do purchasing in mass quantities versus a lot of these municipalities that are so small that would have smaller amounts. When we combine all of these resources together and we have more buying power, we can get a better rate. So that is just one of the benefits that we have from the COG. So this is one of the few organizations we belong to that kind of help support each other. And so we're not just in a silo doing things, we're working with other municipalities. So anyway, do I have a motion to approve the resolution of the budget that the Erie COG has submitted?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Number 11 on the agenda is the resolution of the Mill Creek Township, Erie County, Pennsylvania, recognizing the reorganizing the expiration of Mill Creek Township's right to open the proposed extension of Ridge Boulevard, 50 feet row that fronts along lot 67, 117, 118, and 146 of the Reedy subdivision of Boulevard Heights, Erie County Map Book 4, pages 132 and 133 per state statute. And to speak on this is is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, we received a request from residents seeking that the township acknowledge that its rights to the paper streets described in the resolution has expired. This resolution recognizes that the township has no rights or interest in the unopened portions of Ridge Boulevard as laid out in the 1948 re-subdivision map and the 1951 annex subdivision map. The resident's property abuts the portion of Ridge Boulevard subdivision that has never been opened by the township or used by the public in more than 21 years. As a result, any interest in those paper streets held by the township have long expired under state law. So this resolution then recognizes that the township no longer has any rights to the portions of the unopened portions of Ridge Boulevard that was laid out more than 21 years ago, as described in the resolution. The resolution also notes that the township does have a 15-foot storm sewer easement in the unopened portion of Ridge Boulevard, and that the 15-foot storm sewer easement in favor of the township would remain in place in spite of the resolution. The recommendation would be to approve this resolution.
Thank you very much, Attorney Shaw. Any questions for Attorney Shaw? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2024 R49?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Number 12 on the agenda, new and amended ordinances under review. We have 3 of them for Attorney Shaw.
Yes, Saldo, we have completed our legal review, and we've been meeting with engineering and planning and development departments to finalize Saldo. In addition, we're looking at making updates to the International Property Maintenance Code and the International Fire Code provisions of our code. The township previously adopted the International Property Maintenance Code and International Fire Code. The current version that we have is the 2015 version, and it's been recommended that the township should move to the 2018 version. We're in the process of making the needed changes to accommodate the updates of those 2 codes. And lastly, we're looking at updating the fines and penalty provisions of the code. Over the years, the township has adopted various ordinances that include provisions relating to fines and penalties for violations. We're currently reviewing those various provisions in an effort to streamline those penalties and fines.
Okay, thank you very much, and no action is required on those.
Correct.
Okay, we are now going to move on to the number 13 on the agenda, agreement with Erie Waterworks for billing and collection services, which was tabled on November 26, 2024. The sewer, water, and trash, and recycling collection fees. To speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yeah, this item was tabled at the last meeting because a question came up regarding a change that had been made from the prior agreement. That issue related to how the monies collected were allocated among the water, sewer, and trash bills. After further discussions with Erie Waterworks and internally here, the issue has been resolved, and the board can move forward with approving the agreement as it was presented at the last meeting. As a reminder, the township currently has an agreement with Erie Waterworks where the Erie Waterworks bills the township residents for water, sewer, and trash services. The current agreement expires at the end of 2024. This proposed agreement would be for 7 years, starting on January 1 of 25 and ending on December 31 of 2031. The agreement provides for the following fee schedule. For the years 2025 and 2026, $7.93 for metered accounts, $4.08 for flat rate accounts, and $3.43 for trash only accounts. For the years 2027 and 2028, it's $8.25 for metered accounts, $4.24 for flat rate accounts, and $3.57 for trash only accounts. For 2029 through 2030, it's $8.58 per metered account, $4.41 for flat rate accounts, $3.71 for trash only accounts, and then the last year, 2031, it's $8.92 for metered accounts, $4.59 for flat rate accounts, and $3.86 for trash only accounts. These proposed fees increases were reviewed by the treasurer and are recommended to be accepted. I would recommend that this agreement be approved.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions for Attorney Shaw? Okay, hearing none, I will ask for a motion to approve the agreement with Erie Waterworks.
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Okay, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 14 on the agenda is the audit and contract extension with, well, we call them Z&A, but Zegelkoffs and Axelrod LLC. And I believe to speak on this is Miss Melanie Page.
Yes, so before you is a audit extension that is being requested from, or that we have requested for Zielinowski Axelrod LLC. It is to extend their audit services to Mill Creek Township and to the Mill Creek Township General Authority for the year ending of December 31st, 2024. They have included a 5% inflationary adjustment above the 2023 fee, and the annual fees for these services would be $20,205 for the Mill Creek Township audit and $4,200 for the General Authority audit.
Okay, thank you very much. And this requires action, is that correct?
Yes, I would note that the authority did approve the amount of its share in their budget at their last meeting, and the executive director has agreed to this amendment.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, with that, then I will ask for a motion to approve the contract extension with Z&A.
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 15 on our agenda is the Memorandum of Agreement, or MOA, between Mill Creek Township and AFSCME Local 3530. And Mr. Shaw, I don't think that you have any prepared statements, do you?
No.
Okay. I will go ahead and I'm going to read. This is a request of the approval of a memorandum of agreement with AFSCME, with our union, to create a new pay scale for mechanics, increasing starting rates for all AFSCME positions in years 2025 and 2026. It will provide a $3 per hour increase for all AFSCME employees hired between July 1st and 2017 and December 31st, 2024, which will take effect on January 1st, 2025. The new pay scale for mechanics will increase by $8 per hour for anyone hired after December 31st, 2024. Any questions? Okay. And do I have a motion to approve the MOA with AFSCME?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second. Any discussion?
Yes, I believe that this MOA is very fair to our employees. Obviously, as everybody is aware, we were having an issue recruiting and retaining mechanics and other employees, and I think that this MOA is going to do a lot to bring those valued employees back into the township and make our recruiting efforts here much stronger.
Okay. I will call for the vote then. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Before we move on, I would like to just mention that that MOA is probably one of the most important pieces to this township. In 2017, there was a contract negotiation that two-tiered our employees, and that rift isn't always seen right away. But over the years, we saw where we had a lot of discontent and we had a difficulty recruiting and keeping employees. Municipal government is very different than a private business. We are in the government of people. We are in the business of people. The majority of our expenses are people because we provide a service. We don't make a product. The most important part of this organization are the employees and those people. And the fact that we were able to not fix, but work toward and take a baby step in the direction of trying to make sure that our employees are paid a fair and livable wage means a lot. We've worked for this for a few years, and this was the outcome that I was hoping for. It doesn't fix the problem, but it at least works toward a solution. So I'm really very proud that we've been able to do this, and we are going to be hiring mechanics. So if you know anyone, we have a very competitive wage. So thank you very much for all of the hard work that was done. I do want to recognize Melanie Page, Diane Lyons, and Rob Donikowski for the work that they did in order to make these numbers equal and fair for our employees and not break our budget. And I think that was the important part. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Number 16, the Memorandum of Agreement, the MOA between Mill Creek Township and AFSCME, Local 3530, Sewer Department Rehiring. And to speak on this is going to be Dan Olet.
Thank you. Well, here's an example of what this process is going to do so far. This is a rehire of an employee that left for a better wage elsewhere. We were able to attract him to come back with our wage adjustment. So this agreement is between AFSCME and the township to bring back Clayton Cifelli at his previous rate when he departed here of $25.10 per hour. He will also maintain his seniority of his original hire date for the purpose of determining benefit entitlement and otherwise in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement. Clayton's past seniority within the sewer department will not be restored, so he'll be starting from the bottom here, but it'd be my recommendation to approve this MOA with AFSCME and the rehiring of Clayton Cifelli.
Is that a motion, Mr. Olet? Okay. Do I have a second? I can go ahead and second that motion. Any discussion? Okay, I'll call for the vote then. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Okay, next on our agenda is electric provider agreement. And to speak on this is Attorney Shaw. Oh, I'm sorry, there were two parts to this part of the agenda. I apologize. Now there is the rehiring. So do I have a motion to rehire? That's right, the first motion was for the MOA. This is for the hiring. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. And I will second. Any discussion? Okay, Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, now we're to the electric provider agreement. And to speak on this is going to be Ms. Page.
We currently have a contract with Constellation New Energy as our energy supplier that expires in January of 2025. We are looking to enter into a new contract with Constellation New Energy, either for an 18-month or a 24-month period. We are currently paying 0.07 cents per kilowatt hour. This new contract, if we go with an 18-month contract, we'll increase that rate to 0.07755 per kilowatt hour, or the 24-month rate contract would be 0.07693. I would recommend the 18-month, even though it is slightly higher. It would put us at a different end date instead of all of the other contracts that are ending at the same time in 24 months. But I could also, agree with and recommend the 24-month as well to get to slightly better rate. So I'm not exactly sure what my motion is.
I can make a motion.
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion for the 24-month.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, a motion was made for the 24-month electric provider agreement. Thank you very much. A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Number 18, the operation and maintenance agreement and stormwater management plan acceptance at 6128 Footmill Road. To speak on this is Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Yes, this is an operation and maintenance agreement for a single-family home, a small stormwater management facility being installed there at 6128 Footmill Road. It has been signed by the owner of the property. It is on the township form. Everything is in order, so it's the recommendation of Township Engineer Rob Rodemoyer that this agreement be approved.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Waldinger? Okay, hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Okay, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next up, we have the Zemzem Temple Letter of Intent. And to speak on this, we have our attorney, Mr. Shaw.
Yes, before you is a letter of intent between the township and the Zemzem Temple regarding the possible acquisition of the Zemzem Temple property located at 2525 West 38th Street. The acquisition would include approximately 42 acres of land with all the buildings located on that acreage. The township intends to use this property and its buildings for a community center under the township's Parks and Recreation Department, as well as for additional park space adjacent to the existing Zook Park, which is owned by the township. The Zemzem Temple will be constructing a new facility on the remaining 3 acres it will continue to own that will be located between the property to be sold and the property of Our Lady of Peace Church on West 38th Street. The letter of intent is a document that the parties use to allow for additional investigation into whether a formal agreement should be entered into, allowing the acquisition of the property to move forward. It does not bind either party at this time to actually buy and sell the property. Under the terms of the letter of intent, the purchase price for the property is set at $3,635,000. A deposit of 10% will be paid once the parties sign a formal purchase agreement. The letter of intent gives the township a 150-day due diligence period. During that time, the township will have access to the property and facilities to conduct due diligence to ensure, 1, that there are no questions regarding the Zemzem Temple's ownership of the property, just called a title search, that there are no environmental issues, that the property boundaries as we believe them to be are correct, and that there are no issues with the physical condition of the facilities on the property. The due diligence identifies the problem. The Zemzem Temple will have an opportunity to fix the problem, and if it is not fixed or fixable, the township then has the ability to terminate the proceedings and recover any deposit paid. In addition to the due diligence provisions, the letter of intent includes a public review and comment process. This process will include an opportunity for the township to explain the proposed acquisition and for the public to weigh in on the acquisition. Under the letter of intent, this public process must conclude no later than 60 days prior to the closing, and the closing needs to occur within 60 days after the close of the due diligence period. So assuming the letter of intent is approved tonight and executed by the Zemzem Temple tonight, projected end of the public process would coincide with the end of the due diligence period, which would be approximately May 17th of 2025. If as a result of the public process, the supervisors conclude that the acquisition should not proceed, the township can terminate the deal, but would have to pay the shrine $65,000 if that occurs. The sale is also contingent on Zemzem Temple getting the needed approvals within its organization, including its national organization. As you recall, I mentioned that the temple plans to construct a new facility on the remaining balance of the current shrine property. The letter of intent contains a number of provisions to allow for access, parking, and utilities on and across the property the township will require to facilitate the construction of the new facility. In addition, there are provisions that allow for the Zemzem Temple to continue operations after the closing. First, after the closing, Zemzem Temple will be able to continue its full operations as a tenant through December 31 of 2026, so a little over 2 years from now. Subsequent to December 31 of 2026, Zemzem Temple will be able to hold scheduled catering events and Zemzem sponsored events in the banquet area for another 18 months to June 30th of 2028. In addition, for events not scheduled by December 31 of 2026, Zemzem Temple will have a right to select a date for any large shrine functions, such as its gun raffle and potentate's ball, but that right has to be exercised 13 months prior to the date. Otherwise, the township can schedule events and the temple may not get the dates that it would like to get. Lastly, subsequent to December 31 of 2026 and through June 30th of 2028, or until a certificate of occupancy is issued for the new facility, the township will provide 4 offices and access to those offices to Zemzem Temple within the main facility on the property. Upon execution of this letter of intent, while a purchase agreement is being negotiated, Zemzem Temple is prohibited from directly or indirectly marketing, selling, or transferring the property. The recommendation would be for the Board of Supervisors to approve and authorize the chair to execute this letter of intent. And I believe Ashley Marsteller has comments to make as well.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Marsteller. Director of Park and Rec.
Thank you. Good afternoon, members of the board and the community. I'm here today to share an exciting development for Mill Creek Township's Parks and Recreation Department and our Mill Creek community. For several years, the need for a community center has been identified as a priority by our residents and township leadership alike. This vision has been pursued by multiple administrations, with site visits to other locations investigated by board members through the years, but none fully satisfied our goals for a future facility. Recent feedback and public surveys and engagement sessions continue to identify the desire for a community center. Investing in planning for a community center became a key component of the 2024 Parks and Recreation Strategic Plan. We believe a proper location has now been found. The Parks and Recreation Department is seeking approval of a letter of intent to potentially acquire the Zemzem Temple property at West 38th Street and Zook Road. This includes 40,000 square foot building and 42 acres of land adjacent to our Zook Park. The property's location is near the center of Mill Creek Township's population on 2 major roads, offering easy and quick access to residents across the township. Repurposing this iconic community building is ideal, as it is centrally located, fully accessible space, built to host multiple simultaneous public gatherings, which will allow Mill Creek to meet our residents' goals of creating a functional and accessible community center in a fiscally responsible way. The proposed acquisition is more than just a physical space. It's an investment in the future of Mill Creek Township. It will enable the Parks and Recreation Department to expand our programs and improve the quality of life for our residents and create a central hub for recreation and community services. Importantly, we are committed to making this a true community center serving people of all ages and backgrounds. We look forward to evaluating partnerships opportunities with like-minded community-centric organizations. The intention of my department will be to create a facility designed to meet the needs of every resident, offering something for everyone. The Parks and Recreation Department recognizes that entering into this LOI is an important step, and we are committed to assessing this proposed acquisition with the support of the Planning and Development Department and the township leadership. As we move forward, we will be engaging the community to gather input and ensure that this facility aligns with the desires and needs of Mill Creek residents. Additionally, we are conducting thorough due diligence, including a feasibility study, to ensure that this endeavor is financially viable and sustainable in the long term. While we are excited about this potential of the acquisition, I want to emphasize that it is not yet finalized. Today will mark a key moment in our process as it enables us to explore this opportunity fully. The LOI allows for a 5-month due diligence and public review period. There would not be a transition of occupancy or change in operations by the Shriner organization until 2027, allowing for ample planning by the township to take place. We intend to take every step necessary to ensure that if we move forward, it will be a well-planned, successful addition to Mill Creek Township. The Parks and Recreation Department is grateful for the cooperation and support of the trustees of the Shrine Club. We feel that this collaboration will benefit both organizations and help to fulfill our respective missions. Pending board approval tonight, information regarding the letter of intent and the proposed community center will become available on the township's website within the Parks and Recreation page. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to the continued support and input as we explore this exciting possibility. And on behalf of the Parks and Recreation Department, I'm requesting and recommending that the Board of Supervisors approve this letter of intent. And I believe we have a member of the Shrine Club here, Jim Richardson, to speak as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ashley. Ms. Richardson, please come up. Thank you to you and other members of the Zemzem Shrine Club for being here this evening.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the recognition as well as the opportunity to address the board as well as the public. My name is Jim Richardson. I'm one of the representatives from the Zemzem Shrine Club here this evening, along with my colleague, Tim Barnhart. I'm one of the trustees, and Tim is the treasurer of the organization this year. When you think of the Shriners, you usually think of one or two things that the general public knows about. You think of the fact that we're in parades in a very visible way, entertaining the public, as well as to some degree, entertaining ourselves. We enjoy that. And by doing that, we provide some level of service to the community to make the community a better place and a more enjoyable place to live. Another thing that you may think about is the facility that we have down on West 8th Street, the Children's Hospital, where we treat children from our community as well as a number of surrounding areas for free. And I start with that because it's important for the board and the public to realize that if you don't know much about the Shriners, we are a very service-oriented organization. In the early 1980s, when the Zemzem Shriners decided that they were going to move from the center of the city up to Mill Creek Township there at 38th and Zook, the visionaries at that time decided to build a pretty good-sized facility. It was right-sized for us at that time. It was anticipated that our organization would continue to grow and continue to prosper and continue to open this building to the community on a very regular basis. And I would imagine that most of the people here in the room right now have been in our facility at least one time, if not many, many times over the years. We don't just have a building for ourselves, we have a building for the community. So we anticipated two things back in the 1980s. We thought that we would be able to provide a good service to the community, and we thought that we would continue to grow. One of those things has been true. We've kept it open for the community, but we haven't grown. We've lost membership over the years. We've been graying over the years. Not as many younger people have been joining us. So our revenues are down and our expenses are up, and the building just isn't the right size for us any longer. So when we heard of the opportunity to speak with Mill Creek Township about the possibility of partnering up and entering into a transaction that would continue to have this building serve the community, it was an exciting opportunity for us. And as these discussions continued to progress, and the township was not only willing to move forward, but also willing to carve a piece out, because that still is a great location for us, then it really did work out as a win-win situation from our standpoint. As Attorney Shaw indicated, there is a slow transition period if this is going to proceed. Plenty of time for you to complete your due diligence, and if the transaction occurs and the matter does close toward the end of the second quarter of 2025, it still gives us plenty of time to continue the work that we've already started in that building, to build a new location, and to move to that location without being rushed out. That's important to us. We have a number of contracts that banquet and catering facilities require. We have a lot of weddings. We have a lot of reunions. We have a lot of birthday parties that are booked for the next 2 years, and we want to honor those contracts. And so we thank you for being understanding by listening to our concerns and addressing our concerns, and we're looking forward to moving forward and finishing this transaction with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Richardson. We appreciate it. Any comments from the board? Any questions? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the Zemzem Temple letter of intent?
So
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bob. I'll open it up for any discussion. Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. I think we do look forward to working with the Zemzem Shrine Club as we participate in this fact-finding mission and exploration. So thank you very much. We are lucky, by the way, to have you as community partners. And I will say, too, your mission is quite instrumental for so many children. Both of my daughters have been at the Shriners Hospital for checkups and different things that have come along. I know a lot of people who have benefited from the service work that you do. So thank you very much. Okay, training or treasurer communications. There is a pension and liquid fuels audit.
Yes, exciting stuff.
This is riveting.
Riveting, yes. During 2024, we did undergo a compliance audit through the Department of Auditor General for the years ended of 2020 through 2023 for our aggregated pension plan. All 4 years, there was only one small finding from 2023. There was a little bit of incorrect data of some employees that were classified as employees and not as police officers in the police pension plan. This resulted in a net underpayment of state aid, so therefore we will be receiving a check for a little over $35,000 for that. I will be putting this onto the website for everybody's review. Also, we had a liquid fuels audit of our liquid fuels tax fund for the period of January 1 to December 31st, 2023. That audit came out just fine. There were no deficiencies, no findings, and everything checked out with that one. This also will be put on our website for review.
Great, thank you very much. All right, next we have training requests. The MPD has 4 requests. Does the board mind if the 4 requests are given at one time and we vote once? Is that okay?
Sounds good.
All right, Chief Book is here to speak on this. Thank you for being here, Chief.
Thank you. The first request is the Edinburgh University Police Department is hosting a 2-day training course titled Advanced Roadside Impairment Detection and Enforcement, also known as ARIDE. The dates are December 19th and the 20th. There are 5 officers from patrol who wish to attend: Patrolman Monroe, Patrolman Thrower, Patrolman Steiner, Patrolman Chest, and Patrolman Delgado. There's no cost to attend the training itself. Travel will be by department vehicle, and there are no travel per diem costs. The second request is for some dispatchers to attend an online class January 8th. It's a 4-hour course titled Communication Center Wellness, Stress, Trauma, and Resiliency. Dispatch personnel play a vital role in the safety of others, and they work in a very stress-filled environment. The class will provide tools and skills needed to develop a plan for personal resiliency for our dispatchers. Training investment in our dispatchers has historically been rare. 5 dispatchers would like to attend this course. They are Charles Zukowski, Doug Barenberg, Amanda DeBacco, Lori Dietz, and Charles Priestap. I highly recommend approval for this opportunity. Costs are $227 per person. Total training costs are $1,135. And due to the virtual nature of the training, there are no travel costs. Next, the FBI LEADA organization is hosting their Supervisor Leadership Institute February 10th through the 14th in Pittsburgh. The purpose of this course is to advance the art and science of first-line police supervision, and it remains a goal of the police department to provide this training to all ranking officers in 2025. I'm requesting approval to send Lieutenant Fallon, Lieutenant Hardner, Corporal Caldwell, Corporal Shoup, Corporal Henderson, and Corporal Presnart to this course. The course registration is $795 per person for a total tuition of $4,770. Lodging is estimated at $136 per night, 3 rooms for 5 nights. That totals $2,040. Per diem is $352 each, totaling $2,112. Fuel costs are estimated at $75, and travel will be by 2 department vehicles. Total travel costs are $4,227. And the last request is the National Tactical Officers Association is hosting a 5-day course in Gastonia, North Carolina, titled Sniper 1 from February 17th through February 21st. And this course is designed to expose tactical personnel to the proper deployment and techniques for a long rifle position, and instruction will stress the fundamentals of marksmanship and precision shooting. Practical range training will include shooting at moving targets, range estimation, and various courses of fire. Corporal Perkins resigned from the SWAT team earlier this year, and Detective Buckner was selected to replace him. Detective Buckner is needing this initial level of training. Course tuition for this is $958. Hotel costs are estimated at $550. Per diem costs are $391, and fuel costs are estimated at $150. Total travel costs are $1,091, and that concludes my request today.
Thank you very much, Chief. Any questions for Chief Mook? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the requests from Chief Mook for training?
So,
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Hearing none, I will call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. We have 2 administration requests. The first, I'm seeking to attend the Impact Economic Outlook Seminar hosted by the Manufacturer and Business Association on Wednesday, December 18th from noon to 1 at a cost of $40. Dr. Ken Louie, who is the Director of Economic Research Institute of Erie, and Brian Petrovello, Senior Vice President of Key Bank, will be discussing the leading economic indications for local, regional, and global economies. Mill Creek Township's thriving and growing business climate can be supported through key private and public partnerships identified in this discussion. I will make the request in the form of a motion that I could attend the Economic Outlook Seminar.
I'll second.
I made a motion and it was seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. We now have a Mill Creek Fire Department training request. Oh, I apologize. There's one more of the administration. I apologize. To speak on this is Mr. Olet.
Thank you. This request is for a approval for an all-day strategic planning session for 2025. This is focused on establishing clear priorities and objectives that will guide the township's initiatives in the coming year of 2025. The township supervisors and the department directors will be the groups attending. The cost is $3,500 and will be shared by each department's training budget. My recommendation is for approval of this request, and I'll make that in the form of a motion.
Okay, thank you very much. I will go ahead and second that. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next up, now we have the Mill Creek Fire Department training request. Thank you very much. We have Chief Cliff here to speak on that.
Thank you. Before you is a proposal for Joshua Spit, who is a part-time firefighter with us. We're seeking approval for him to attend a year-long paramedic program through IUP. This course is a online and in-person blended coursework. As part of this, he will be required to sign an employment agreement so that he would continue employment with Mill Creek Township for a period of 2 years. The cost of the class is $7,350, and I would recommend the approval.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Chief Cliff? Okay, hearing none, then I will ask for a motion to approve the training request.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Okay, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next on our agenda is the Park and Rec DCNR Grant Award. And congratulations to you, Mrs. Marsteller. Go ahead and I give you the floor.
Thank you. The Department of Conservation and Natural Resources recently announced grant awards for the Community Conservation Partnerships Program known as C2P2. The awards totaled $79.4 million for 307 projects across the state. This grant program supports a wide range of projects, including improving local parks, expanding trails and river access points, and creating more green space in local communities. Just over $1.1 million of that funding was awarded to projects in Erie County. The DCNR has been long committed to building community conservation partnerships with local governments and nonprofit organizations to protect critical natural areas and open space, develop greenways and trails, provide quality park, recreation, and conservation opportunities, and to improve the quality of life in Pennsylvania communities. Mill Creek Township's application was awarded in full, as we received an award in the amount of $57,400 to cover 50% of the costs associated with the completion of a comprehensive parks, recreation, and open space plan. The primary objective of this planning process is to create a comprehensive plan that addresses the recreational, social, and environmental priorities of our community. By conducting thorough assessments of our parks and rec system, engaging stakeholders, and incorporating best practices, the plan will provide a roadmap for the sustainable development and management of our parks, recreational facilities, rec programming, and open spaces. As Mill Creek looks to the future of our parks and recreation system, this plan will provide key impacts for its successful and impactful growth.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Ms. Marsteller? Congratulations. That is. I know how many grants you have been applying for in the last few years, and watching you work and thrive in this environment is truly amazing.
Thank you.
I think that Mill Creek Township can probably boast some of the best parks in the county. So thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we have a message from the Community Relations and Sustainability Department, CRS. Ms. Stutzman is going to speak today on the statement on the winter storm emergency operations.
Good evening, thank you. As you know, the recent snowstorms and state of emergencies that were issued on 11/30 and 12/5 caused significant disruptions to regular trash and recycling collection, specifically on Thursdays and Fridays routes, the weeks of November 25th and December 2nd. These disruptions caused a cascading effect on the other collection days. We appreciate the patience and understanding that most of our residents have shown during this trying period. Our team, in collaboration with Waste Management, has been working hard to resume normal services as quickly as possible. While we recognize the frustration that has come with the delays in trash pickup, we want to clarify that there is no provision in our contract with Waste Management for credits or reimbursements for service interruptions caused by an act of God, such as a significant weather-related emergency. At this time, Waste Management has informed Mill Creek Township officials that they are fully caught up with collections after the delays caused by the snow emergencies. If there are any residents that are still experiencing issues with their collection as a result of the snow disruption, please let us know as soon as possible. Any updates regarding trash delays in the future will continue to be posted on the Mill Creek Township website, www.millcreektownship.com, on the homepage under News and Announcements, as well as shared regularly on the Mill Creek Township social media platforms. Again, we understand that this situation was frustrating, and we appreciated your patience during the challenging time. If any resident has a missed trash, recycle, or leaf pickup to report, please contact Waste Management at www.wm.com or by calling Waste Management at 814-833-1111. That is the township phone number, but extension 133 does transfer you directly to Waste Management.
Great, thank you very much.
Oh, and I think that as far as the snow emergency and during that, I think 6-day window, I think you have some statistics
Yes,
that are able to be shared.
I was going to speak on that, yes. I do want to add before we leave Waste Management that I was also missed, and my husband ended up going to wastemanagement.com, and he set up an account. We don't pay through that account, as you all know, but you can set up an account, and it tells you the day that you were supposedly delivered or not delivered to. It did say that we were, I'm thinking about Christmas packages, that we were picked up. And it has a separate line item for recycling as it does trash. It said that our recycling and trash were both picked up. So that was not the case. Our recycling was not. So my husband was able to click on the details of that and then put in, and then you're able to say that it was a missed pickup. So you have the ability to let them know. We were then picked up by recycling in 24 hours. So I know it shouldn't be that way, but that is, you know, when we're dealing with 16,000 residents, or homes, 16,000 homes, you know, it is bound to happen. So that is one way that I found that we were able to get picked up. Okay, thank you, Jesse. And Snowmageddon. I just have a few comments that I would like to make about our Snowmageddon. First, we want to thank all of our winter heroes for rising to the challenge. The storm efforts. The recent snowstorm brought challenges to Mill Creek Township, and our teams worked tirelessly to keep the community going. Here's how they did it. In Public Works, crews worked 12-hour shifts for 6 days straight. They used 800 tons of salt to keep the roads clear. Mill Creek Township Police Department, they responded to 183 traffic complaints and 20 crashes. Dispatchers managed high call volumes with professionalism, as always. Our communication efforts, our top post, and let me just give a shout out to Chantel Rodriguez. Okay, oh my gosh, thank you so much for everything you do. Anyway, thank you, Chantel. The top post was Snowplow Appreciation Post. We got 4,512 engagements just on that post. And this was when the pictures that we had of pizzas delivered. Pasquale's Pizza actually wanted to thank our snowplow drivers and had reached out and they brought 10 pizzas for these guys, and it was so appreciated. They weren't shy about digging in. So I was so happy that others were recognizing their work. It's hard, you know. They're doing the stuff on the ground, so the boots on the ground. And it had 691 reactions and 138 comments. Published 69 posts reaching 220,000 users and generating 247,000 more than that responses or impressions. That's pretty big. So we're trying to get the word out there. And Chantel, thank you for all that you did to constantly keep. I know social media isn't our only platform. We do have email. If you'd like to sign up for our newsletters, please go to our website to find that out. Okay, thank you. All right, now we are on to executive sessions. That's me. We had 2 executive sessions over the last few weeks, and the first one was on December 5th, 2024. We discussed litigation matters related to easement disputes, state court litigation, zoning enforcement, and code enforcement. We also discussed personnel matters and real estate matters related to sanitary sewer easements, storm sewer easements, and park and rec facilities. On December 12th, we actually spoke about litigation matters related to the easement disputes, to state court litigation, zoning enforcement, and code enforcement. We also discussed personnel matters, real estate matters related to sanitary sewer easements, storm sewer easements, and park and rec facilities. Okay, solicitor communications. Mr. Shaw.
Yes, I'd like to give an update on the Erie Golf Club sale. As you know, in December of 2023, the township obtained court approval to market the Erie Golf Club for sale. In the spring and summer of 2024, township moved forward with marketing the course for sale and awarded the sale of the course to the Charles R. Van Eckeren Revocable Trust, subject to final court approval. On December 11th, 2024, after a hearing, the court approved the sale of the Erie Golf Club to the trust and issued a corresponding court order. Once that court order becomes final, meaning that no appeal has been filed, which we do not expect, we will then proceed to closing. Absent any unusual circumstances, we anticipate moving forward with the closing on the property during the week of January 15th of 2024. I'm sorry, 2025.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on that transaction as well to the township. Okay, the student ambassador report. Here we are, Mr. Eric McMahon, the development we've all been waiting for. It's all about the schools. What's going on?
Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to say today was the first time I'd heard about the intent for the community center, and I think that one of the things I think the township can strive for is creating more spaces that are like collective community spaces, collective gathering spaces, and I think a community center is a great stepping stone in doing that. And I think the Zemzem Temple, it's a great location to do something like that. And I think it's a great organization to work with. So I'm excited to see what may be able to come out of that. I'm excited to share some recent accomplishments and events happening at McDowell High School. We want to say congratulations to the Lead and Seed Club for winning first place in the Community Service Contest. Some of their recent initiatives include making blankets for children at the Mercy Center for Women, sponsoring driving simulators from the National Traffic and Safety Board at both of our buildings, hosting Red Ribbon Week at 4 local schools, decorating festive Christmas frosty displays in the lobbies of both buildings, and mentoring after-school students at the Glenwood YMCA. Their efforts earned them a well-deserved first-place trophy. Mr. Rob Hodgson, who teaches academic honors and AP chemistry as well as AP research, was named one of 12 finalists for the National State Teacher of the Year for Pennsylvania. Mr. Hodgson attended a conference in Hershey, PA earlier this month where he collaborated with other state finalists. While he was not selected as Teacher of the Year, we are immensely proud of his achievement. Mr. Hodgson's passion for teaching, innovative leadership, and unwavering commitment to student growth make him an invaluable member of the McDowell community. McDowell students continue to embody the spirit of giving through the Pay It Forward project, which supports local shelters and our school's caring closet. The initiative collects winter clothes, coats, and toiletries to help those in need. And finally, we have some winter sports highlights. The girls wrestling team, congratulations to them for competing in its first ever PIAA sanctioned event at the Hickory Invitational on December 8th. The boys basketball team had an impressive showing, finishing as the runner-up in the Marcia Marsh Roundball Classic held December 7th through 8th. We're thrilled to see the team's strong start and wish them continued success this season. We look forward to keeping you updated on our students' continued achievements and contributions to the community. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful.
Thanks, Eric.
Don't go anywhere yet. I just have a quick question, or a quick statement. Mr. Hodgson is one of the best teachers in the entire Mill Creek Township School District. I had the honor of teaching a few doors down from him. And the impact he has on students and the way he's able to connect with them, and which is the first step in educating a student, because until they can trust you, until they understand, where you're coming from, it can be difficult to really reach the students, especially those that struggle. So I would like to commend Mr. Hodgson on a continued job well done. I'm proud to have been able to teach with him. Did you have him in school, Eric?
I have not had him as a teacher,
Not
but
yet,
I walk
okay.
by his classroom all the time at the start of classes, during classes, and just the energy he brings and the way he
Yes.
approaches things and the way every day he's always
Yeah.
like, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, everybody. And just
Yeah.
he brings that energy and he brings that enthusiasm and that care to everyone.
He does.
So I
many
definitely
teachers at
think-
McDowell do, and J.S. Wilson. Those are the two I can speak from. But no, we have some great teachers. So awesome.
Thank you.
Please pass along our congratulations.
Very well.
Okay.
Kim, I would echo what you said about Mr. Hodgson. Both of my daughters had him, and they just loved him. And he teaches a very difficult course, and he makes it easy.
Yeah. Yep. It's one thing to know material. It's a different thing to break it down. So very good. Thank you. We now, and thank you, Eric, for being here. We now are here with at Citizens to be Heard. Any citizens to be heard today?
Jerry speaking. I got a cold, so I just want to thank the road crews for the good job they did to getting the snow. Little of them got a little bit to learn about where the curbs are and how wide to get the road. But I would like to give a shout out to Armando Leone. Did a great job. I watched him do it year after year, and I think he switches to third. Correct?
Is he on third shift right now?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he's on third shift right now.
yeah, great job, Mike.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And Cheryl, she always answers the phone, is always pleasant. There is a building down on your property. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just wondering. And finally, Merry Christmas. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Jerry.
You too.
Thank you for your engagement. Anyone else in citizens to be heard? Okay, I will announce that we have our reorganizational meeting that'll be held on January 6th. That's a Monday at 9:30 in the morning. So you're all welcome. I believe a meeting will be immediately following. Is that correct? Okay.
Excuse me.
And yes?
It's 9 a.m. the reorg meetings.
Oh, the reorg meeting's at 9 a.m. Thank you so much, Mr. Waldinger. I appreciate that. And also, we are celebrating Mill Creek Spirit Week for the employees and all of our renters. And so we have something every day where we're participating in. And so we're having a lot of fun with our holiday garb. Today was your favorite Christmas or holiday movie dress up. So, yesterday we had, what did we do? Oh, Jersey Day. Tomorrow is Grinch or Santa Claus Day. Thursday's Ugly Sweater Day. And Friday is going to be Flannel Friday. So it's a fun week here at the Township Building. Feel free to come in and participate with us. And thank you all so much. Anything else for the good of the order?
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. Anything else? Okay, I'll call for an adjournment. Motion to adjourn?
Sounds good.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned at 5:41. Have a great evening.